Hey, God bless you, my friend and sister Sharon, and today we are discussing the rampant sin of adultery that has taken the world, most notably here in America, by storm. We have so many confessing Christians, most notably bishops, very popular pastors, worship leaders, singers, you name it, that claim to be followers of Jesus, who are wife swapping and swapping out husbands. But let me be very clear to help you, my friends. If you have cheated on your spouse, and many have, there are many very popular preachers all throughout America who have divorced their wives and married somebody else. But let me help us all understand. They are committing, and if it's you, adultery. When a person cheats on their spouse, and friends, let me just be clear, I've been walking with Jesus close to 30 years. And I have heard every excuse why people have swapped spouses. They cheated. They did not earnestly, wholeheartedly humble themselves to repair the damage that they did to their spouse. And they ended up divorcing one another. And the person who did the cheating is the one who ends up married again, and they flaunt it. They throw it all in the face of the media, social media, magazines. You look around, you see these very popular bishops and worship leaders with these new spouses. Friends, they're committing adultery, and they will not make it to heaven. If it's you, my friends, listen. Adultery is not anything to take lightly. You made a vow before God. You cheat on your spouse. And then, listen, friends, I've seen it up close and personal. The marriage cannot repair itself because the one that cheated will not humble themselves, knowing they have traumatized and devastated the spouse. And now you have these women with these men. Usually it's the men, not all the time. I'm not saying the men always do the cheating, but most of the time when we're looking at all these popular preachers and bishops that's divorcing and marrying other people, listen, friends, many of them have left their children and the spouse. And let me tell you, friends, if it's you, you got to get this thing right, because until you come out of that adulterous affair that you call a marriage, it's not a marriage. You're still married to your wife. You're still married to the husband that you left, the one you cheated on, and then you wouldn't fix it. Because let me help you, friends. When you cheat on your spouse, that is something that could take years and years to repair. Because it is serious damage, friend, to the soul. That's why God hates adultery. He hates it because he knows the damage that it causes the other spouse when you cheat. You destroy the children, you destroy, oh friends, so many families are destroyed by one person's selfish actions. So friends, today I sound this alarm. If you are in a marriage and you know you cheated on your spouse, that person is still alive, you are guilty of adultery. And let me share with you all this, friends. You don't have to email Sister Sharon. You don't have to email and text people and inbox for advice. You need to go to God. You know what you've been doing. You know you don't have peace because you need to go back to your husband. You need to go back to your wife, friend, and get your business straight, because you will perish. Because that lover, that person that you're calling your new spouse is not. It's the person that you cheated and dogged out and didn't fix it. You are committing adultery. And this is why many of you are so unhappy, because in your heart, you know, and God knows, this is why you don't have any joy. This is why your new marriage is pretty much is doomed. You're not joyful. You're not really happy. Why? Because you are living in sin. And you don't have to ask people's advice, friend. You need to go to God. God does not play about adultery. It is sin. And this thing is rampant. It's wildfire. Everybody wife swapping. Everybody swapping out husbands. You're not going to make it, friends. You will go to hell. Oh, yes, friends. Yes, you will. Adultery is sin. This is why single people, you better know who you choose. And many of you who are desperate for a spouse, you end up with the wrong one. You're going to end up in a mess. And you have some men and women, you are dating people who are married. They claim that they divorced their spouse. Friends, you need to be checking them out, because there's two sides to a story. And if that woman or that man is still alive and you're dating them, friends, you are about to become an adulterer yourself. God doesn't take this thing lightly, friends. We are swapping out really sex partners. That's all you doing. Oh, friends, you got to get serious about your soul. Adultery is sin. Enough said. Many of you, you know what I'm talking about. You caused your spouse great harm, and you would not humble yourself. And that's why your marriage crumbled. Because of your own pride and not really being repentant for what you did to your husband, what you did to your wife, what you did to your children. Instead of being humble with it, you was prideful and arrogant and didn't want to go through the process to repair that thing. And now you got somebody else. Friends, I love you. I got to tell you the truth. Many of you, you're not going to make it. God have mercy on us all today. Till next time, my friends. Some of you, Jesus, he told us, or shall I say, he told his disciples, and we need to hear his words. If your hand cause you to sin, cut it off. If your eyes cause you to sin, pluck them out. In other words, whatever we got to do, we need to do it, that we may have everlasting life in heaven with our Creator. Jesus said it's better to enter in heaven maimed than to go to hell with all your body parts. In other words, it ain't going to be easy. Some things that we end up in, friends, it is going to be painful to cut it off. But when you're wrong, you're wrong. And don't let these celebrity preachers and singers and all these actors, don't let them trick you, friends. They are all adulterers, flaunting their marriages after they have destroyed and devoured the hearts of their wives and their husbands, cheating. And now they, without shame, flaunt their new spouses. God have mercy on us all. Till next time, my friend. God bless.